Thank you all for being here. I'd like to direct most of my questions towards you, Mr. Delana. I too have an interest in battling what seems to be a war with the cartels south of our border. One of my first questions to you is, you laid out 3 strategies that the DA is currently engaged in, but do you really have enough resources, and do you need more engagement from other entities, such as the intelligence community and perhaps the Department of Defense? What else do you need that would help battle this problem?
Thank you for the question and for your commitment to this issue, Congressman. DEA is equipped right now with the resources that have been allocated to us to focus on these 2 cartels. Any additional resources is something obviously that we'd be open to and to discuss, but it would have to be sort of specific to maybe what you're talking about.
Well, yes, you have certainly been allocated the resources, and that's what you're working with. I understand that to be the case. But the question is not that, it's is it enough? Are you making an impact against these cartels? And if not, clearly not, because they're able to wage a war against the Mexican government at will in the state of Sinaloa just recently, a couple weeks ago. So obviously we're not doing enough. What more is needed?
Congressman, thank you. I think, with the successes that we talked about, the DEA seized over 50 million pills last year and 10,000 pounds just of fentanyl and, an exorbitant amount of methamphetamine as well. Our focus right now is to defeat those 2 cartels. And
Okay. What about authority? So I have a bill that I'm reintroducing today called Declaring War on the Cartels Act. And what this does is deliver the same authorities that you would have to go after ISIS without necessarily labeling them as a terrorist organization. Would that be helpful? Because that would allow you to go after their financing. It would allow the U.S. government to sanction officials in Mexico that operate with the cartels. Would that be helpful?
Congressman, thank you. I can't comment on pending litigation like that. We would work the interagency process as those things came in.
Sure. I imagine it would be helpful if you had more authority. That's not a trick question. Yeah. All right. What is your cooperation like with the Mexican government? Is it good? Is it bad? Has it been better? Is it mirror at all the longstanding cooperation we've had with, say, the government of Colombia during Plan Colombia and the successes we've had there?
Thank you, Congressman. This is obviously a fluid and rapidly evolving situation. We see these cartels in their switch from plant-based drugs to synthetic-based drugs. This thing continues to evolve every single day. We know that the Mexican government needs to do more. They need to take steps in their own country, and they need to assist us additionally than how they're already doing that right now.
Okay, so no, they're not doing enough. They don't cooperate with you to the extent that you would like. Do you trust them? If you give them intelligence, like for instance, I'm assuming that you know where some of these clandestine labs are that they're making fentanyl that's killing tens of thousands of Americans a year. I'm assuming you know that. You currently do not have the authority to go raid that facility in Mexico. The Mexican government does. If you tell them about it, will they go take care of it?
Congressman, thank you. I don't want to get into specifics of investigations, and that's essentially...
I'm not asking you to get into specifics. I'm asking in generalities. You know where a bad guy is. You tell the Mexican government to go get them. Will they do it? Do you even trust them with that information, or do you think they'll tip them off?
Thank you, Congressman. The Mexican government needs to do more. They need to seize those drug labs. They need to disrupt those drug labs. They need to assist with extradition on the investigations that we build.
All right. You're being very diplomatic, and that's fine. Earlier, you mentioned specifically the Jalisco cartel and the Sinaloa cartels. It's worth also naming the leaders of those cartels and how dangerous these 2 particular people are to tens of thousands of Americans. The leader of the Jalisco cartel is Nemesio Ceguera Cervantes. They know him as Del Mencho. The leader of the Sinaloa cartel is Ismael Zambada Garcia, known as El Mayo. Everyone should know who these 2 guys are because they're killing tens of thousands of Americans. We all know who Osama bin Laden is. We started a war just to go after him, and we should start a war with these cartels because they're at war with us. And I would encourage all of my colleagues across the aisle, all Republicans, all Democrats, to join with us on this issue. I have currently introduced an authorized use of military force to go after the cartels specifically with every every aspect of our government's power. I think this needs to be a whole government approach, and I think we need to be unified as Democrats and Republicans in dealing with this problem. Thank you.